What is a robot? It may surprise you to hear that this question doesn't exactly have a clear answer. One definition given by Merriam-Webster defines them as an automatic device that performs functions normally ascribed to humans or a machine in the form of a human. With this in mind, we can say that robotics has come a long way since George C. Devol invented the Unimate in the 1950s. Today, we have Boston Dynamics pushing the envelope for what a humanoid robot can achieve, self-driving cars hitting the mainstream, and Asimo playing football with prominent world leaders. With such advances, one must wonder how they have affected all aspects of life, including warfare. The unfortunate reality is that warfare is a business, a very lucrative and profitable one at that. For example, to outfit a single American soldier costs an average of $17,500. With such a cost, we can guess that military forces around the world would jump at an opportunity to find cheaper, safer solutions for the next generation of war. And that is exactly where robotics comes into the equation. One highly dangerous area of war that robots have made a big impact in is in bomb disposal. Instead of having a soldier having to go up to the bomb, putting their life in incredible danger, robots have been developed that can perform the task instead. It is obvious that such a solution provides an attractive value proposition, as it could potentially prevent the loss of many lives, but it does come at a price. A modern-day bomb disposal robot can set the buyer back a cool $200,000, a cost which certainly can be justified when considering the potential lives saved and the reusable nature of the robot. Beyond robots that can assist soldiers on the front lines, there are various examples of technologies that seek to function in the place of human soldiers. Akin to something like the T-800 from the Terminator franchise, these robots take a humanoid form and will be able to operate in a fully autonomous capacity, meaning that the need for human soldiers might be made obsolete. This is an attractive idea from both a health and safety and a monetary perspective, as the robots will be cheaper to operate and ultimately disposable. There have already been examples of robots and drones being deployed in covert assassination operations around the globe. In 2020, a top Iranian nuclear scientist was said to be assassinated by a machine gun assisted by AI imaging and remote controlled from thousands of kilometers away. While this may not have been an example of robotics in the strictest sense of the definition, as there was a human operator controlling the weapon, we can theorize that we are not far off from this type of technology becoming fully autonomous. Such technology can certainly change the face of these top-secret operations, whether it be an AI-assisted gun or a small, insect-sized drone that seeks out its target to deliver a fatal blow. But what happens if something goes wrong? If the robots designed to improve how warfare is conducted were to injure civilians or take out the wrong target? With robotics in warfare developing so quickly, the ethics thereof have come into question. One might immediately think of Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics in this regard, but considering the inherent nature of warfare, it would seem that these laws are not relevant, especially in the face of top-secret and covert operations that may be required. So the question then becomes how robots will be regulated and controlled to ensure that accidents and mistakes do not lead to unnecessary and unplanned loss of life, and that there is appropriate recourse in place in the event that such a tragedy takes place. Taking such ideas even further, the ultimate fear of robotics and warfare is that they will rise up and take over. The question then becomes, what can the developers of this technology do to ensure that such a story does not play out for real? Extensive research and development is currently being deployed to ensure that such a scenario does not occur. So, what do you think of the future of robotics and warfare? Will they replace the need for human soldiers, saving countless lives in the process, as well as thousands of dollars in operational costs? Or will they rise up and take over? Whatever you may think, if you didn't know before, now you know.